What's up, everybody? It's the Wolfman 907 on another episode, and I wanted to talk about Kobe Bryant today. Kobe Bryant was a phenomenal guy. He really was. He defined what it meant to be a basketball player. He defined what it meant to be a true great. He defined what it meant to be great in any profession that you're in. He set the bar. He had a very high standard that he lived by. He had a code, and he certainly lived by it. He led by example, and he challenged many people because of that. And because of his hard stance, because of his deep commitment, either you were down with the program or you were against it. And you could tell and see that throughout the years just by the players that played with him, who lasted with him and who didn't. It's hard to put up the numbers that Kobe Bryant put up in the NBA. I mean, just looking at some of his stats here, the first and foremost that comes to my mind, he was a 5-time NBA champion. He was a 2-time NBA Finals MVP. He was the most valuable player in 2008. He was an 18-time All-Star. He was a 4-time All-Star MVP. He was an 11-time All-NBA First Ballot team, a 2-time All-NBA Second Team. He was a 9-time All-Defensive First Team. I got to say something on that real quick. One of the things that I loved about Kobe was just that. He was such a dynamic two-way player. The guy could play offense and he can play defense. He can sling that rock, and then when it's time to lock someone down, he was able to do it. You can count on him. And I stress that because in today's NBA, you have certain individuals that are out there, which I won't mention, that they're only one way. And the reason why that's offensive to me is because you have guys who just don't want to play defense. It's not that they can't play D. They can play D if they want to. They just don't want to, and that upsets me. But again, this is my tribute to Kobe, so I don't want to go off on a sports rant, but I did have to throw that in there as far as one of the many reasons why I respected the guy. Going back to his accolades, he was a 2-time NBA scoring champion. He was one of the elite players, legendary players that actually won the slam dunk contest. Again, when you look at some of the athletes now who don't want to participate in it or take it seriously, he was one of the rare ones that did. Not only that, but another great accolade about Kobe is the man not only had one number retired, he had two in the same sport. He wore number 8 and he wore number 24. And the Lakers retired those numbers. They're up there in the banners. Coincidentally, Mark Cuban made a comment as well the other day saying he was going to retire number 24 for his team, the Mavericks, even though Kobe never played for the Mavericks. So that shows a lot of respect for the man Kobe and who he was. So no one's going to wear number 24 for the Lakers nor the Mavericks. Kobe averaged overall a whopping 33,643 points. He's fourth. He's ranked fourth of all time. LeBron just passed him up the other day. He averaged 5.2 rebounds a game for his career for a grand total of 7,047 rebounds. He averaged 4.7 assists per game, which his total amounted to 6,306 assists, which was pretty amazing. He also represented Team USA in 2008 and in 2012. Some other interesting facts about Kobe Bryant that I know some people are aware of is that he was multilingual. He spoke Italian and Spanish. Of course, he had the nickname Black Mamba. Everyone knows that who loves the NBA, and that's because he had an infatuation for snakes. He loved the fact that snakes were deadly, they were accurate, They were precise. They struck with precision, and he wanted to bring that snake-like mentality on the court. He wanted to be precise. He wanted to be accurate. He wanted to be swift. Basically, he wanted to play in such a style that you just didn't see him coming. And if you did, he was so fast and agile, you couldn't stop him. When he struck, it was a precise blow that would take you out. Daggers. And that's just what he did on the court. For all you diehard video gamers out there, I know you'll appreciate this nice little fact on Kobe. He appeared on the cover of 5 different video games. He was on the NBA 2K series on several of them. He was on NBA Courtside 2. He was on NBA 3-on-3. He was on NBA 07, NBA 09, and NBA 2K10. And he was also on NBA 2K17 on the legendary Gold Edition. What's really sad about losing Kobe is not for what he did on the court, but more so for what he was doing off the court. Kobe was really living life to the full once he was done with the NBA. A lot of his comrades in arms, guys like Stephen A. Smith, Tracy McGrady, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, if you're listening to a lot of their comments, they're all pretty much hitting on what he was doing after he was done with basketball, going into specifics. He was quite the philanthropist. You know, he was involved in the After School All-Stars program. That was an American nonprofit organization that assisted with after-school programs to children, and that was in 13 cities across the U.S. Not only that, Kobe and his wife were involved with the Vanessa Bryant Family Foundation, KVBFF. The goals there were to help young people in need, encouraging the development of physical and social skills through sports and assisting the homeless. Kobe had his hand involved in several other businesses as well. He had a business partner that they had launched a venture capital firm. That firm was focused on gaming and technology as well as gathering data. They had over $100 million in funding, so they were pretty much well set. Kobe also was involved with the Body Armor Super Drink. He was involved in several basketball organizations across the globe, assisting youngsters, talking to them, inspiring them to be greater. He also was the first African American in 2018 to win an Academy Award for his film Dear Basketball. Kobe also had a book, 2018, The Black Mamba Mentality, How I Play. Fantastic book. I encourage many people, if you haven't read it, go pick it up. Because that Black Mamba mentality to this day inspires me. Inspires me to go after my dreams. It inspires me to be better. To be better at everything. To be a better husband. To be a better father. Better in my employment. Better when I'm with people. It really does. And that's why it's really sad to lose a man like Kobe Bryant. I don't want to go into detail too much on his death because we're still gathering information. What I know is pretty much what you know, that he died on January 26, 2020. According to the reports, 9:45 a.m. is when the helicopter crashed. People in the area made comments saying that they heard a rumbling sound in the air like an engine stalling. Crashed into a mountain. We do know a lot of flights were canceled that day because of fog. Even Skip Bayless's wife on one of Skip's segments made a comment on how bad the fog was that day. But that's really all that I'll comment on because, like I said, we're trying to gather information. But it really is a sad day. Kobe will always be remembered for the fantastic player that he was on the court He'll be remembered for the dedication on what it means to be a great player. You just don't wake up in the morning and become great, ladies and gentlemen. You got to put in the work. And that's what Kobe did. There are some athletes out there who have that skill, that can wake up in the morning and be very, very good at their craft. But if you want to be great, if you want to be considered a great one, you got to put the work in, because your body is only going to take you so far. Why? Because Father Time is going to get you. He always does. He's undefeated. He's undefeated. And Kobe knew that. He understood that. And that's why, regardless of how amazing his skill set was naturally, he worked on the mental side, which further increased the physical prowess that he had. Because he knew as he got older, he had to evolve. And he did. And that's what made him so competitive, even as an old man. You know, his last game, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but if memory serves me correct, he dropped 60. He dropped 60 points on the Utah Jazz. As an old, dilapidated man in the NBA, he showed he could still bring it for one more game. And you know, I do want to say this as well. There are people out in the media. You do have those folks online that are putting information out there as far as the ghosts that this man had in his closet. And it's unfair. I'll make another video on that, because this video is just to show proper respect and homage to Kobe. But I will say, shame on you for the people who are doing that. Because here's the deal. Everybody's got ghosts in their closet. Everybody. Now is not the time nor the place for that. You'll get trolled. You'll get flamed. You'll get the necessary heat for doing that. But just show that man respect, because like I said, if we really dig into you, we can find some things as well. Remember that. Pass that message along for anyone who's listening to my video here. If you're seeing people making negative comments, let them know nicely. Chill out. Kobe, rest in peace, brother. I never knew you personally, but standing afar, looking at you, you were a great example. I know you weren't a perfect man. Nobody is. There was only one man that was perfect, and we all strive to emulate him. But you were fantastic. You set the bar. And my friend, even with you no longer being here, you challenged me personally to be a better man. With that, if you enjoyed the video, please click the like and subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Wolfman 907 out to the next episode. Peace out.